Okay, well, my name is Anna Monaghan, and that's A-N-A-M-O-N-A-G-H-A-N, Anna Monaghan. And you can Google my name, A-N-A, Monaghan, with a G, if you want to see my art. I was actually originally born in Florida, and I lived a lot of my life in various countries doing volunteer missionary work. Let's see, I lived 7 years in South America and the Caribbean, lived in Europe a year, Puerto Rico, a lot of different countries. The last 20 years or so I've lived in Japan, and I've been a teacher. I was awarded a PhD for my volunteer and social work, and I've been doing that for 40 years, as well as for painting. I wrote a couple of books having to do with where inspiration comes from. And let's see, I like to paint in oils, although I do paint in other mediums. And I've gotten commissioned works from Grand Hyatt Tokyo, from Norwegian Cruise Lines, various law offices and clinics have purchased my paintings or commissioned work, a lot of individuals. And I like oil especially. I like the Impressionist painting style, technique. It took me a while to understand the basics of that, and I think that's something I like to share with people, because not so many people know how did Monet do that, or how did Gauguin do that. And sometimes it looked right and sometimes it didn't, and I end up taking workshops at a few places, you know, with a few Impressionist masters in the last 15 years to help me along in that style of painting, which I actually have not found offered in any colleges or universities. Well, I studied with a few different people, workshops that I think it started when I found a book on Impressionist painting by Lois Griffel, and I think she's in Arizona now. And this was something that I had been trying to figure out on my own, how to do the Impressionist technique. So I looked her up and I attended her workshops, and then I went and visited Susan Sarbach a year or two later in California. And while I was working in Japan, each year I tried to take a workshop with somebody. And I've gone several years now without much, you know, workshop experience. So I guess that pretty much gives you an idea of what I do. My main, I like poetry and art, and I like symbolism also. And I think one of the things that has interested me in trying to provide something, bring to the attention of the public the beauty of nature, or some sort of message, has been hearing from heaven. And I thought once, when I was looking at all of creation, that God was a great artist, or God is a great artist. And if I could get a little more in tune with heaven, that my art would not be trash, and it would be something inspirational instead of looking like, you know, a bad day expressed on canvas or other things. So anyway, I decided actually to do better art, that I would first dedicate 20 years of my life to missionary work, and that I wanted to rewire my mind to have different reactions to stress and anger and pain. I wanted to learn how to overcome these things that seem to enslave and oppress people that I knew very well. And so I began on my journey when I was about 18 or 19 to become a missionary, although I had heard about Christianity and I was very interested as a child. So anyway, that's what I did, and I've continued to do that 40 years, and it's been something working rather hand in hand for me, prayer, and sometimes honing that skill of hearing from heaven when I get stuck, because I don't have impressionist painters around me. Sometimes I get a vision or a picture with my eyes closed, and anyone can do these things, of a certain color that's off, or a certain way to approach something, or even just to have more courage. And I think being a little bit of a how do you say, a kind of quiet, sometimes quiet personality. I need more courage and boldness and decisiveness in my painting, and having that backup, not only in my loved ones, but also in prayer, that this is what you're supposed to be doing, and maybe some kind of guidance, you know, on a particular piece. Sometimes it happens, so eventually, you know, some paintings come out. It's kind of like, are you sure? Are you sure? Is this something I really should be doing right now with my time? But something that helped me, that I like to share with people, is someone gave me once a 3-year diary. So each page was divided in 3 parts. And it was like, you know, each year, that day, you could write something. And I kept it for a couple of years, 3 years, as often as I could or wanted to. And I would look back, you know, after a couple of years and see what I got that same day, what kind of positive things I got when I was praying. After I had my morning devotions, I say a little prayer, or before I got up in the morning, if I saw any little pictures. And I'd write them down. And I could see that God was guiding me into art, and I didn't have the confidence to do it because I wasn't well trained, I didn't feel. And I just kept trying after a while, because I kept getting it and kept getting it, to do these things. So, and it's also, you know, when I get stuck painting, I pray, and sometimes I feel like I get an inspiration how to proceed, overcome a problem that's facing me. So this has been very useful in my life, as well as in my artwork.